But anyway, we'll fire it up here now. It's cold, and you know, whatever you can see is what you can see, and warm it up and try to take it out for a ride and see if the carburetors are going to behave any better or not. And RPM is cycling between 1800 and 22,400, back and forth, back and forth. Temperature needles come up off the peg, but it's still obviously very cold. So I turned the choke off completely. There it is, just idling away at 1100. Nice and stable. Still not warm yet. At least 75 degrees out here, I guess. A little warmer here in the shed than it is outside. But, carburetors are still cold to the touch. Temperature needle is about 1/4 of an inch off the peg. Well, I'm going to go get my helmet and my jacket and try to ride this thing, see what we can. I'll turn this off for a minute. Okay. Sure what we can see in the viewfinder here. Well, there's a motorcycle there somewhere, I swear there is. Anyway, had enough time to warm up. There's the slow throttle response and the snap throttle response. That's 4,000. Seems to be pretty smooth with no load. We'll see what it does when we ride it. Well, I guess this will work. Took it out and rode it, and the ride-ability was much improved. With no stalling or lagging in the 3,000 to 4,000 RPM range like there was. You get up to 4,000 and open the throttle, and it just jumps right now. So the throttle balance really had an effect there. If there's a fault, I think it's in just barely cracking the throttle, 2,000 to 3,000 RPM range. A couple, rarely you're trying to drive in that range, but there were a couple of times that I was, and there seemed to be some lag and hesitation there. And so I think that points to low-speed jet being partially clogged, probably on one side. Could be that the float levels are not adjusted properly, but I'd have to put new plugs in it, read the plugs, and see. Ride it some more. But at this point, I believe that the prudent thing to do is to run some carburetor cleaner through it. So we've talked about before. I'll take the spray can and try to run it through the air inlets for the low-speed needle jet, and I'll try mixing in a strong concentration of carburetor cleaner by injecting it into the float bowls. And we'll see if that does anything immediately. And if it doesn't, we'll put some carburetor cleaner in it and run it for 50 or 100 miles and while we're breaking in the tires, and see if we get any longer term improvement that way. I suspect we will. The carburetors were cleaned and rebuilt 700 miles ago, but that was also 4 years ago. So my guess is we're just looking at a little bit of gum and crud that's come from the thing not working much, although it's possible a guy missed cleaning the low-speed jet properly. Apparently those are not the easiest things to do. So that's where we are, but seriously good progress with the car balancing effort, so that was worthwhile.